I guess I scoped the programme for the GISC, the Digital Literacies programme, so it's really exciting to be involved in one project and see how that's going to actually come to life in an institution. And obviously I've got a connection with Exeter, so it's great that it's here. I guess I started working in digital literacies about 3 years ago when I wrote a report for the GISC on learning in the digital age, which was a review of about 16 or 18 institutions, how they were supporting learners. And it also looked quite a lot at the issues learners had with integrating technology into learning. So we know that learners have a lot of technology at their disposal.
Right.
They're often quite fluent in some of their personal technologies. When you start to look in more detail at how they actually bring those technologies to play in their learning, in their research, in their studies, often they're much less confident, or they're much less capable. And that study was quite revealing, both of that gap and also of how little institutions really understand about how they could be supporting learners better. And one of the conclusions we came to really strongly was that this is really about practice in disciplines. It's in the place students want to be. It's not about skills that they go and learn separately, which are not interesting to most students and often not that effective because of that. It's really about the practices of their subject and how technology is changing them. So whether you're an environmental scientist, a social scientist, whether you're studying literature, digital technology are having an impact on both the research in your field but also in the professions you're likely to go into. We know if you're going into nursing that the technologies you use are very advanced. An awful lot of patient care will involve interacting with technology. So of course disciplines are changing the ways that they practice, and researchers are changing the ways that they come to know about the subject and the ways they publish about the subject and the ways they talk to other researchers. So all of that is in flux, and yet students can still come to university and think, that's my discipline, it's stayed the same for tens or hundreds of years, my lecturers know about it, and they're going to tell me. And we kind of came to the conclusion that model was breaking down a little, that the technology is changing things quite rapidly. Some of that students are really on top of, new researchers are particularly on top of that game often, but they don't know their subject inside out. So it's bringing those two things together. This is really an exciting project, I think, because it's going to that place where knowing about your subject and using new techniques that might be digitally enabled really come together, which is in some cases around being a new postgraduate researcher. So I think those are really exciting people to be working with. They're excited about their subject, they're excited about trying new techniques, they're perhaps not as set in their ways as some people who've been researching for a long time. And they also look both ways in the institution. They're often about to become or already graduate teaching assistants, so they have contact with undergraduates. They care about teaching, they're starting to learn how to be professional teachers. But they also have a lot of contact with their peers and with their supervisors and with the research community. So I think that those people are really exciting groups to be working with, and it's great that that's where this project is sort of its heart is, I think, and that's really exciting. The other bit of it I think I can get my teeth into quite quickly is auditing where the institution is up to right now. I've done that at a lot of universities, and Exeter's different, and it has some interesting challenges. It's very collegiate. A lot of people at Exeter are very successful without looking at technology very much. They're not necessarily thinking that that's going to be part of their learning experience when they come to Exeter and see the very traditional buildings and the beautiful campus. So I think there are challenges as well as those opportunities, so I'm really interested to review what's going on already and start to think about, I guess part of my role here will be thinking about what other institutions are doing that perhaps are not so visible from inside the university here, and which of those things might be relevant to Exeter, some of which certainly won't be. And also what things Exeter can uniquely do that we can then tell the world about and